Welcome, everybody. And it's your host, Theon Livingston Sporting News, back at you, Livingston Sporting News Daily, where we will recap the events in the sporting world as only we know how to do it. It's been a little while. We've been gone. Before I move forward in with the first show of the third season, I can't believe this is the third season. Duckworth, yes, my dear Duckworth, is no longer with us. He is on to greener pastures, so to speak. So he will be in our hearts and our prayers. Maybe I'll get a replacement. Maybe I'll get a replacement Duck. But never can replace Duckworth. So we're back, guys. I can't believe it. No, you probably see me doing Waterbury Time stuff, but I pledged to you so many years ago, well, 2 years ago, that I would be here, bringing you sports the way it's supposed to be brought, real, raw, and right in your face. So here we go, guys. Let's get it rolling. Did you see UConn's three-peat attempt? Yes. The University of Connecticut was trying to make history by being the first team, very long time, probably going all the way back to UCLA, to win 3 consecutive national championships. They ran into a bit of a problem on the way to that by facing off against the number 1 seed Florida Gators. They lost 77-75 in the West second round of the tournament. It snaps 13 games in a row. Guys, listen. You're not going to win a game when you're 8 for 29 from 3. And the other team is 9 for 19. And this William Clayton Jr. character just turned into Steph Curry. 5 for 8 from three-point land. The senior, 23 points, 36 minutes. The University of Florida, those Gators. Moving on to the Sweet 16. But that got us to thinking here. Before we get into the Sweet 16, we're going to get into my brackets. We're going to get into the picks a little bit later this week, guys. But before we go on, here at Livingston Sporting News, we would like to officially announce that UConn is a blue blood now. 6 titles in 25 years. That is a faster rate than any other college team in history other than UCLA. UCLA won like 10 in like 12 years. It was something ridiculous. It was crazy. So, UConn. Thanks for your memories, guys. We get one every 6 years, guys. So I'm okay. I'm good. You gave me two. But so yeah, the Sweet 16 is set. As you can see, this wasn't my best year, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. This was not my best years. But do you see those 2 sixes? How many of you got Ole Miss and BYU still left in your bracket? I have Auburn, Texas Tech, Alabama, Houston. Sadly, I picked St. John's, and I know what you're saying. You're a UConn fan. How dare you pick St. John's? It was no fun to pick UConn again. And look, I would have been wrong. So, what a sports year. Starting with UConn last year, what a sports year I personally had. And we all had, because we got to see some excellent matchups, starting with the aforementioned UConn Huskies going back to back. First time since, ironically, the Florida Gators did it back in 05, 06, or was it 06, 07? 06, 07, back-to-back champs. Started off my year, last year, on a high note. Then, yes, those New York Mets. We started off 0 forever. It took us forever to get a win. Then when we got the win, it still looked like we were going to blow it up. And then the next thing you know, poof, we are in the National League Championship Series against the Dodgers, whatever. We all know how that ended, but it didn't stop there. It didn't stop there for me, because in January, the NFC Championship game, my Commanders. Yes, I know we lost to Philly, but the point is this. Things are on the come up in my fandom, in my kingdom of fans. Guys, one of my teams is going to get it this year. Has to. So, Miami. I know what you're saying. See, for those that follow and know me, know that I'm a Miami Heat fan. I wasn't going to speak about the Miami Heat because we're hovering around the play-in game. And quite frankly, I don't want to go to the playoffs. And I don't think any one of those teams, 7 through 10, Atlanta, Miami, who cares? I'm not even going to name them. The bottom 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 28 games below 500. 28 games below 500. And these teams these teams are gonna make it into the playoffs. They're gonna make it to the playoffs. This is ridiculous. And speaking of playoffs, about 12 games. 12 games or so. Some, schedule. Some teams have a little bit less, maybe one more. But the playoff push is real. The playoff push is real, and we're gonna talk about it. The number one seed Cleveland Cavs, they've been on just ahead of everybody, head and shoulders above everybody else, except kind of the Celtics. The Celtics are number two, but they are head and shoulders above everybody else. And then you have the Knicks. The Knicks they're right there at that 3 spot. The big cat over there now. They're the Knicks. I know, can you really trust the Miami Heat fan talking about the Knicks? But they're 44-26. 4-6 their last 10. They're trying to hold on to that 3 spot. 3 games back, though, is a very interesting race. See, we have the Indiana Pacers holding dearly to that 4 spot because that gives them home court advantage. And they be playing the Milwaukee Bucks, who are 1 game behind them. So there's some jockeying here for home court. It looks like it might be the Pacers versus the Bucks. Regardless, we're just got to see who's going to be home in a way. But wait a minute. There's a team that might have something to say about all of this because only 2 games back from home court in the first round are the Detroit Pistons. Yes, they won last night, 136-130 without Cade. Okay, they're playing the Pelicans. Remember the Pelicans had 80. Anyways, they are unbelievable right now. I've said some disparaging things about the Detroit Pistons last season. I believe I said that they were the worst team in NBA history, but hey, after all, they went 0-15 in November. They lost 28 games in a row. This turnaround, I know they're probably going to lose in the first round, but to go from where they came from, they had 3 wins at the All-Star break. 3 last year. And now they are 2 games after the 4 spot. So shout out to the Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham averaging 25 and 9 assists, both career highs. Keep an eye on Detroit. I like that. And like I said, the bottom of the barrel: Atlanta, Miami, Orlando, Chicago, combined 28 games below 500, and they might get into the playoffs. This is just. Should the NBA go like the NFL? Should we go super wild card? Get the 1 seed to buy? Should we get rid of this playing madness? I don't know, guys. What do you think? You let me know. So, this is the part that I always like to take a pause break, because if you've been watching this long, then you're locked in with me. So I have to see how you feeling, guys. It's been a long time. It's been a while. No bricks, no duck. A lot of things change in life, but you gotta remain constant. 10 toes down, bottom line, who you are. And that's all you need to do to get through life. So, it's Monday. It is Monday, and on Thursday is opening day of the Major League Baseball. So you know what today is. It is our very first Mets Monday. Yes, and we're going to preview a little bit of the Major League Baseball season coming up. Yes, as I just said, you guys know the Mets were tantalizingly close to returning the World Series for the first time since 2015, trying to win it for the first time since 1986, and we fell short. But let's talk about the teams that really fell short. Yeah, let's talk about the teams in the National League that finished dead last, bottom basement style of the division, and let's see, can any one of these teams pull a Washington Commanders and end up in a title game this year? So we have out the NL East. The Marlins with their 62 wins. Now, what I'll say is the Marlins, young team, farm system is pretty decent. They always beat the Mets, but I just think that the NL East was way too tough. They're gonna have to navigate through the Mets, the Braves, and the Phillies. I can't. That's not gonna happen. Let's slide over to the NL West. The Rockies, 61 wins. The Dodgers are in the NL West, so do you need an analysis for that one? So the answer is the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're 76 wins, hovering around almost 500, but they have a pitching phenom out there in Pittsburgh. second place team that almost brought home a pennant has the best chance to take home the pennant this year. So our second place teams from last year in the NL East were the Atlanta Braves / New York Mets. We were tied. Forget tiebreaker scenarios. We were tied. This is a tough one. I'm gonna leave this here for 1 second. Let's jump over to the NL West so we can eliminate that. The Padres, 93 and 69. See, the Padres to me kind of reminds me, if I could parallel it to another sport, it kind of reminds me of like the Jets and the Patriots when Brady was there. Like, yeah, it's a rival, but like the Jets, like, you know, you're not going to beat the Patriots. It's like the Padres and the Dodgers, like, yeah, it's a rival, but you know you're not going to beat the Dodgers. So the Padres, they're not going to overtake the Dodgers. Now the Cardinals at that 83 and 79. Now I just said I don't trust Milwaukee. And I think that because there's a 3-team race in the NL East, I'm going to have to go ahead and go with the Cardinals on this one, guys. I'm definitely going to have to go with the Cardinals on this one, having the best chance in the NL to go from second place to winning the division. And lastly, in our MLB preview of the NL on this next Monday, let's discuss which team has the best chance to repeat. That would be the Phillies, the Dodgers. It's the Dodgers. It's the Dodgers. They have a $20 trillion payroll. It's the Dodgers, the Dodgers, the Dodgers, the Dodgers. Speaking of the Dodgers, Major League Baseball kicks off on Thursday, although it has officially started. Games are in the books. When the Cubs faced the Dodgers, not in LA, but over in Tokyo, yes. A lot of players from Japan on the team, so it makes sense from a marketing standpoint. But, you know, I'm tired of the Dodgers. I'm not going to lie to you. No, they're not a rival, so to speak, like the Phillies or like the Braves. But we clash enough in the playoffs that I can have real beef with the Dodgers. But it's Mets. Monday, enough about them bums. Let's talk about these Mets. So, I know you guys heard. We got, what's his name again? Juan Soto. Yes. Paired with Pete Alonso, Polar Bear, came back. You throw in Francisco Lindor, and we have a pretty potent lineup. We were knocking on the door of the World Series. So I know what Met Nation is ready to do, and I'm telling you to stop. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. And all I'm going to say is 2006. 2006. Yes. 20 some odd years ago. It was a good time. It was a good time to be a Mets fan. 97 wins of a good time. NL East champs for the first time since the 80s. We had a lineup of power hitters. We had power pitching when pitching wasn't what it was. Home run was king. And we made it all the way to the National League Championship. Yes, we were cruising along. And I remember it like it was yesterday. You probably forgot, but God bless the internet. So, with that being said, settle down. 162 games, guys. Let's not get out of control. Let's not act like Yankee fans. We haven't won anything yet. So, guys, listen. I'm super excited to be back. And, you know, we're back. So, our first Season 3 sponsor of Livingston Sporting News is a former sponsor of Livingston Sporting News. It is the Bic Lighter Company, also of Bic Pen fame. Listen, you know those other lighters, the clear lighters, the ones that break all the time? Listen, quality stuff here with Bic. One flip, it's a Bic. That is our sponsor, not sponsor of Livingston Sporting News, at least not yet. So, guys, that's it. That's all I have for you today, guys. But tomorrow, we're going to be here. We're going to talk AL side of Major League Baseball, and we are gonna take a look at the NBA Western side. Yes, we're gonna see what NBA teams on the Western side are trying to vie for those playoff positions. But before I let you guys go, I gotta give you some homework. What to watch, what to watch. Listen, the kids played all weekend, okay? It's time for the professionals to get on that basketball court and show us how it's done. So I'm giving you 3 games to watch tonight, guys. 3. Write them down, and I promise you at least one of these will be really good. So we have Minnesota, Pacers, playoff positioning, although opposite sides of the coast right now, east west, really doesn't matter, but they're both jockeying for position. That's going to be a pretty good game. You got the Lakers and the Magic. I think the Magic would be a lot better than what they are, and quite frankly, I just want LeBron to look retired. It's tired of the narrative. And then we have Milwaukee and the Suns. Listen, this might be the last time. This might be the last hurrah for the Suns for a little while, guys. I think Kevin Durant is, I think he's leaving. I think he's going somewhere. But hey, listen, South Beach, we're always looking. We're always looking for the next superstar. So guys, there it goes. There it is. Livingston Sporting News Daily, Monday through Friday, bringing it to you the way it needs to be brought. I miss you guys. I really did. I'm gonna get a new duck. Things will get rolling. Things will get clicking. But you guys be safe. I'm gonna get to, well, you know what I gotta do, guys. See you when I see you. You guys be safe. And as always,